Molten salt is a very hot mixture of sodium and potassium nitrates. Possessing high thermal conductivity, molten salt's process temperatures reach as high as 600 degrees Celsius. It has been used by the chemical process industries for years, and more recently, it has been incorporated into the design of concentrated solar power plants to extend the hours of energy production. The molten salt pumping system is a critical component in concentrated solar power generation. High pump reliability is crucial to plant profitability. Quite simply, if these pumps do not run, the plant shuts down. With more than 70 years in the engineering, manufacture and application of pumps for molten metals, Flowserve has developed a proven vertical turbine pump for molten salt service. Featuring a global design, it is a highly engineered utility-grade unit devised to operate for 30 years in tough environments with the highest levels of reliability and service. The Flowserve Molten Salt VTP is not merely a modified water pump. It incorporates many API 610 and utility-grade features to ensure long-lasting operation under extreme temperatures and pressures. The oversized discharge head of the Flowserve Molten Salt VTP is a substantial structure. When mated with the rigid motor stand, the mass and stiffness of the assembly ensure the pump's critical frequency is well outside the operating speed range. As a result, vibration levels are below ISO 13709 and API 610 levels. The massive discharge head also aids in heat dissipation. While maintaining the discharge elbow at or near operating temperature to maximize plant efficiency, the Flowserve design rapidly cools the discharge head and motor stand. A cooling disc or fan mounted on the shaft provides additional heat protection to the bearings and motor. Another important consideration for utility use is pump submergence. In CSP operation, the lower the pump suction can be set in the tank, the lower the tank can be drawn down, and the greater the power generation capability and profitability of the plant. Flowserve deep-set molten salt pumps have an oversized suction bell and a vane-grating basket which minimize submergence requirements while preventing vortices. The Flowserve Molten Salt VTP is engineered to perform, but it also includes many practical design features. Installation of the Flowserve Molten Salt VTP is greatly simplified and accelerated by its ability to be installed at any tank fluid level. Without the spacer coupling and adjusting nut in place, the rotor assembly is permitted to move axially, safely accommodating thermal growth. Once stabilized at temperature, typically within 3 or 4 hours, the coupling and adjusting nut are reinstalled and the impeller clearances may be set. Bearing maintenance is also simplified with the Flowserve Molten Salt VTP. The pump features a robust thrust bearing design to handle the pump's total hydraulic thrust and its assembled weight while delivering a minimum of 25,000 hours L10 bearing life. When maintenance is required, large access ports in the discharge head enable the thrust bearing to be removed without disturbing the motor. No cranes are required. Seal maintenance is minimal with the Flowserve Molten Salt VTP. For extended worry-free operation at elevated temperatures, the pump uses a well-proven controlled leakage device consisting of a stilling tube and a stuffing box packed with square-braided copper wire. A throttle bushing and gas blanket inside the stilling tube isolate the molten salt from the atmosphere, while preventing heat transfer to the packing. Molten salt leakage is drained safely back into the tank. There are many engineering challenges in molten salt pump design. Each Flowserve Molten Salt VTP is exhaustively analyzed and tested to ensure it will perform to specification. Flowserve engineers use computer-aided thermal analysis to ensure temperature gradients, growth rates and stresses are understood and within design limits. At operating temperatures, a pump with a 15-meter column can grow as much as 15 centimeters. Impeller clearances must be engineered to prevent binding and ensure efficient operation. Flowserve engineers carefully analyze and select materials of construction to equalize thermal growth and prevent distortion. structural analysis is performed to determine the critical frequency of the pump and motor assembly to ensure vibration levels and nozzle loads adhere to API 610 requirements. Torsional and lateral rotordynamic analyses are also conducted to confirm the deep-set pump is capable of handling high design pressures, and here the Flowserve Molten Salt VTP boasts impressive capabilities. The long-shaft high-pressure pump is capable of producing sufficient head to transfer molten salt directly from the cold tank to the solar receiver at the top of the tower. As a result, intermediate tank and booster pumps can be eliminated. By any measure, Flowserve is an industry leader in molten salt pumping systems. And with its extensive experience in power generation, Flowserve can provide best-in-class engineered and special-purpose pumps for all CSP services, including molten salt, heat transfer, boiler feed, circulating water, condensate, and balance of plant applications. To learn more about the Flowserve Molten Salt VTP and the company's complete range of power generation pumps, seals, and valves, please visit www.flowserve.com/industries/power generation.